Oh, baby, I hope you brought your appetite, because we got snacks! Grossi Packer Nation! Welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. Of course, the Packers claimed someone off waivers when I don't have internet, and so I had to move my entire studio over to my father's house just to have an interview, and then edit everything there, and then upload it, and then, of course, they sign it, and I have to come back here, and then record it, and then I'm going to have to go back there, and I'm going to have to upload this again. Grossi, and today, we are talking about something that we talked about months and months and months ago about being a possibility, but now it has come to fruition that the Green Bay Packers have claimed Damon Snacks Harrison off of waivers. Now, we had talked about this months ago. We did an entire breakdown on Harrison. If you want to go, you can check out that video. It'll be a little bit more in-depth. This is going to be just about the reaction more to him signing with the Green Bay Packers. And here's the thing. A lot of fans were clamoring for us to sign Snacks earlier this season. It fell through. It seemed that it was between the Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. He chose to go play with the Seahawks, and now here he is yet again. The guy is 32 years old, so I just want to preface this that while I think this is a good thing overall, he's not going to be an every down defensive tackle. That's not what's going to happen here. The guy is going to be incredibly limited on the amount of snaps that he is actually going to take. He only played 6 games with Seattle this year, had 1 pass defended, 9 combined tackles, and 3 solo tackles. So nothing off the page is like, wow, he's amazing. Now, theoretically, he could be ready to play Sunday depending on COVID protocols, but most likely he's going to be held until the playoffs, whether that's going to be the wild card if we don't win on Sunday, or if that's going to be in a couple weeks when we're hosting a divisional game. And the reason overall I like this signing is because it's essentially really, really low risk here. It was only 2 years ago that he had the best run stop percentage in the NFL. Last year, he was nagged with injuries. On top of that, he really, really wanted out of Detroit. We talked about this in the past video, kind of like his mentality. And if there's anything that gives me pause, it's that again, considering that when they asked Pete Carroll about Snacks, Pete Carroll was like, I assume that he's just done. Like, we talked and he just doesn't want to play anymore. And there was some confusion on the internets because Snacks was saying that I do not want to go through the waiver process. However, it was clarified that he would only really play for certain teams, one being the Green Bay Packers, most likely because they have a good shot at getting him a ring before he can then ride off into the sunset. And I'm of the mindset right now that even if this fizzles out, we basically gave up nothing for him. And on the other side of things, if it works out, great. Goody looks like a genius. It looks like he's really trying to address a big problem with the Green Bay Packers. And while that run defense has improved in some areas, it still is a position of need. So with guys like Kenny Clark and Kiki and now Snacks, I think this just bolsters our run defense at a time that we're most likely going to need it. Obviously, we played really, really well against Derrick Henry, holding him to only 98 yards this past Sunday. But we might face some teams in the playoffs that have power running games. Alvin Kamara, anyone? And so while I am a little worried about his mentality, I would also think that this is probably his last shot at getting a ring. And so he's just like, hey, let me go play 4 games and win a Super Bowl. That's not a bad gig. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. How do you feel about this signing? Are you happy? Do you think it's going to be a game changer? Guys, he's just going to be a rotational player, but still, improvements. Let me know what you think. You can always send me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at TomGrossiComedy, all social media, see down below. Check out podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course YouTube. And a big shout and thank you to all the patrons over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy and the YouTube members. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.